Something that really helped my life was understanding the change that I had to make. And that change was really one thing. And a lot of times we don't make change because we're overwhelmed by it, right? We think about all the things we need to change. Like right now, you're probably thinking like, okay, I need to change this. I need to change that. I need to change this. I need to change that. And it's kind of like, I don't know if you've ever been injured before, but with me playing sports, I remember when I was playing NFL, I had like really bad like knee pain. Like it was terrible. And I was thinking that, my knee and my ankle was hurting. I was thinking I need to fix both of these things. Like, man, all these things I need to change in my body. But really, it was just tendonitis, and I just had to take care of a small thing, right? I had to roll out my quad muscle, my IT band, because my IT band was tight. And I had to roll that out. Once I rolled it out, literally my whole right leg felt better. It was about making a minor adjustment to create major change in my life. And some of us, we don't have minor adjustments. Sometimes that adjustment is major. But I want you to think about for a second, like what's one thing that you can change in your life that will create residual change in your life? What do I mean by residual change? I mean by maybe changing your mindset, right? It makes you better in all these other areas. Sometimes we think that we got to change, who we are here, who we are there, and who we are at work, who we are at home, we think about all the things we need to change, like who we are in the gym, our health. And a lot of times it's just a small shift that will create major change in your life. Like what's the one thing that you said, okay, if I change this, I know it will create residual change in my life. I know if I work towards this, because sometimes, like I said, we get overwhelmed and we're like, man, there's way too much I got to change in my life. I'm not changing nothing at all. I've been there, like super overwhelmed. And so I simplified my life. I stopped setting all these crazy goals in different areas of my life. And I started setting more focused goals, right? More intentional goals, more goals that were more purposeful. And literally, like me achieving the small goal, the focus goal, helped me achieve all these other goals, right, by default. And I think when you focus on that, and I like to call that the root issue change, right? That's what I call that, the root issue change. What's that root issue change in your life? I'm not talking about the surface level things, right? You might can name 100 things right now that you need to better, right? And that's great that you're aware of that. But what's that root issue change that if you change at the root, right, that change just blossoms throughout your whole life, and automatically it creates transformation in different areas of your life. I want to share that with you and have you really think about that. Really think about that. Like, what is it? What is that for you? The thing about change, and I realize this, is that a lot of people don't change not because they're not capable to change. Like all of you guys are capable. Every single one of you watching this is capable of change, period. And you know that. But a lot of people don't change because they focus on what they will lose instead of focusing on what they will gain. That's one perspective shift that I made in my life when I focused on my root issue change that really helped me progress towards it. Because a lot of us, what we're doing is we're focused on everything we'll lose. Well, if I make this change, then I'm going to lose this person. If I make this change, then I'm going to lose this lifestyle. If I make this change, then I'm going to lose some popularity. If I make this change, then I might lose financially. And you're thinking about all of those things, right? That's keeping you in fear. That's keeping you paralyzed in a place that you can move on from, but you just are too scared to do it. But what if you change that perspective shift to say, okay, well, I know all the things that I will lose, which sucks, but what about the one thing that I can gain, right? What about if I gain peace? What about if I gain growth? What about if I gain a better sense of who I am? What about if I gain worth out of this change, right? What if I gain whatever that gain is for you that triumphs all these other fears over here? And so think about that, because I've realized in being able to talk to some of the most respected, high-level, motivational people in the world, or people doing things at a high level. I mean, even with my NFL career, like I've been able to be blessed around like high-level stuff, right? And I've noticed that it's just a mindset shift. I noticed that most people who create tremendous change in their life are always focused on what they will gain. Always focused on it, right? Because you have to understand, in transformation, a sacrifice is required in any growth. In any growth. I remember I was playing, football. Like, I had to sacrifice a lot, to be able to get to the level I wanted to be at. I had to sacrifice fun time. I had to sacrifice, doing things I wanted to do, just to be real with you. But I knew that sacrifice was a part of the success that I wanted to get. And so I've always focused on where I wanted to be. I always focused on the peace. I always focused on the payout, right? Because dedication pays, consistency pays. All these things have a great payout, and they will continue to pay out, right, throughout your life. Like, and back to that, back to that mindset thing. It's like, people that I'm around that really make change, like, it's just a mindset thing. It's not talent, it's not gifts, it's not like people have some secrets to life and all these other things, right? The things that they have, you have, right? Maybe they have more knowledge in certain areas that they learned, that they obtained, but that's a part of their mindset, right? In order to grow, you have to obtain knowledge you don't have. But also, not just obtaining the knowledge, you have to have application towards that knowledge, which leads to transformation. But everybody I've been around, and even including myself, it's a mindset thing. People that I know settle for the same stuff over and over, that complain and blame and don't take responsibility over their life, don't take ownership over their life. It's a mindset thing, right?